Okay, looks good. We are live on YouTube.
Let's try that. Can you hear me now? No.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So why did you want to change it?
You're breaking up a little bit. I can hear you, but it's muffled.
Yeah, you're breaking up a lot on me too. All right. Anybody else around? I'll leave and come back.
No one else has joined yet. That's weird. I hope I'm not. Oh well, there he goes. I hope there's no one waiting for me to let them in. Oh God. Hey, Richard, you're back.
Okay, I'm back.
It's still a bit glitchy.
Yeah, it says that my internet is unstable. You know, when it came in, I looked at the information and it said that this meeting was December the 6th. Are we a week early?
I can't hear you clearly, Richard.
Oh, we're live streaming?
Yep. Yes, we are.
Why?
Oh, I wanted to try our thumbnail on YouTube to see if I could update it live.
Okay. I gotta go with some stuff out of the oven. Linda should be calling in. I sent her the message. And Michelle can't make it. Okay. So I'll be right back. Hey, dear. Hey, dear. Remember me? I do last week, but then it wasn't last week. So maybe that the burgers are almost done. The beers are more done. The rest of the week. People mostly that. Okay, sorry. Did Richard leave? Oh.
Yeah, he was having internet problems.
And then Linda said she was in the car.
Okay.
So I thought she was gonna call in. Let's see if I can maybe copy all of that information. Maybe she. It should be. Oh wait. Oh, this is what I need to give her. Stop being creepy.
He's gone. Look at all them.
Richard. Is that better, Richard?
Jennifer,
Did it work?
God. You know, they think that you've got 8 million hands while you're in the car to press all these passwords. Yep, I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm not at home yet.
No worries. What else can, so do we want to like kind of,
Queen.
do we want to get this party going?
I'm back, but I don't think it's any better.
Oh, it's hard to hear you, Rich. No? I don't know. Is it gonna work tonight? Are you still there, Linda?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so Richard's got a really unstable internet connection. Michelle can't make it. Joe is patiently trying to figure out all the computer stuff. Richard's internet's not been great, so he's been on and off a couple of times. I guess we just need to figure out what our priority is for getting stuff done today.
Do we have an agenda?
No. Our
No?
agenda is
Okay.
last meeting notes. So from the last, I guess like our we have the newsletter, which the deadline is
Thursday.
Thursday? Friday.
Thursday.
Are you trying to speed up my life, Linda? It's Friday.
Oh, is it? Okay. I thought it was the 2nd, December 2nd. I could be wrong.
I have the 3rd. So that's what we told people.
Okay.
Okay, so December 3rd. And we're still looking for some articles.
Right. If there's anybody on the call that has some ideas and would be willing to write up, a column's worth of information, please pass it by me and let's talk about it. All things are welcome. And I'll pass it by Richard and Jennifer just for a sanity check for its applicability for the newsletter. I talked to Jennifer yesterday, and she and I got to the bottom of some things, and she gave me some ideas and volunteered to write some things. I'm sure that Tamara and the board are working on guest speakers for the January meeting, which I need to know for the newsletter. That's one of the main purposes of the newsletter, at least not all, but we always communicate what's going to be upcoming at the next meeting and try to shake up some enthusiasm for it. So that's really all I had to report to whomever's on the call.
Joe, have you've been part of that conversation? Do you know if that's been solidified?
Yes, I am on that committee. I have a document which I'm bringing up right now. Okay, yeah. So we have an agenda in the process. Tamara is working on a final one. We're planning different breakout rooms, so it's going to be a departure from the norm on what we normally do for a general meeting, as we're trying to have it more participatory, getting more people involved instead of just being talked at. There's a little disagreement right now on how long like the introduction should be. I think should be shorter.
Longer. Because I'm an adult and it takes adults longer to process information. So
Yeah.
just know that I'm like one of the younger adults that attend, and it takes me longer to process information.
Yeah, and I think that there's a sweet spot somewhere in the middle, but there's one of our breakout rooms is like youth weighing in on what the neighborhood association can do, and us young people, Jennifer, are on the way other side. We got to take things really fast as they come
Right,
along,
but,
or else it's just.
I mean, I talked to Tamara about this because what I understand is that we're going to have 3 guests, and then they're going to do like an intro, and then you're going to do breakout rooms. And I think it would be wrong to force people to choose with a 2 or 3 minute introduction and not a significant amount of information. And while I totally think that youthful people should be involved and be active. I think we have to make information accessible to all people.
Yes.
And so we want to give everybody a chance to hear all the options.
Yeah, I do like that, but even for like, if we do like 10 minutes per speaker, that's like 30-40 minutes, and that's a lot of time. And
It's really not, though.
I mean, it's a good quarter of our time. And
it's a quarter of our time.
I can understand that. I do think I recommended 3 minutes initially. I think that is a bit short. Though you are in the 10-minute group, I think that 7 is a good sweet spot. I think the committees,
I'll give you this for reference. This conversation has been longer than 3 minutes.
okay. Yeah.
That's not enough time for somebody to explain what they do. And it might be kind of disrespectful to people that are volunteering their time. Oh, wow. At night, to come and talk to us, to only give them 3 minutes.
So you think that 10 minutes is the way to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's 30 minutes out of a 2-hour program.
Okay. Yeah.
But my other question back to Tamara is, what do you think you're going to get out of it?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
if you don't have your result in mind, like, you're definitely not going to get there. And we've had a really hard time. Like, we don't get people's names. We don't get their contact information. We don't get, responses to follow-ups. We're not. I kind of want to know what's like the purpose. And what I heard was, oh, we're going to get these people to do these actions. And I'm like, great. Haven't seen it yet.
yeah, we were discussing like some sort of follow-up, or like groups headed up by members of the committee, like go get coffee with these people. I mean, that would be nice, but a lot of people like don't necessarily have that extra time to like do this. And I would love to see people more involved. And I would love to help, but I'm reaching my threshold of what I can get done.
Right. So I think there is some value in actually just giving people information that they can do something with without requiring necessarily some action from them. So like, hey, here's just this like information. We're just going to give it to you. We're going to share with everybody. All organizations, I mean, I see this at work in some of like the business resource groups too. People are overextended. And so like getting a lot of follow-up is hard.
Yeah.
Because they're busy. And so I think you have to be very specific about what we're going to like offer there. Like, what is their action? When is it going to be? Who's going to lead it? Who's going to be responsible for the follow-up? And so kind of a big undertaking, which is fine. I'm not undertaking it, but like, it's fine. Just have to like have the whole plan, like kind of going into it.
Yeah. I would love for follow-up, but in my head, my heart says follow-up, that would be great. My head says, I don't think that's going to happen feasibly. Is Richard here?
I think, Richard, are you back?
Working?
Usually we have like a 20 to 30 minute presentation per person. So like going down to 10 minutes is actually a pretty big departure from that. And I would take that as the compromise position.
Yeah.
So generally we would have 20 minutes or 45 minutes, per guest.
Yeah. So, but I feel like we're a lot of that time is going to be spent in the breakout room in this new format. So, I mean, I guess 10 minutes, I think 10 minutes should be fine.
It's not.
Yeah, I can hear you guys better. Can you hear me?
Yes,
we
so
can.
much.
All right. I had to restart my computer.
One second, I'm gonna.
Okay. So bring me up to speed, please.
So we mainly discussed just the timing of the introductions for our January 26th general meeting. That was basically it. There was a bit of debate if we should go shorter introductions, more time in the breakout room. Have you been brought up to speed on like what we're thinking for the next general meeting? Or
So
like,
for our committee purposes, the question is, who's going to write the article? Do you know, Joe, who's going to write the article?
I'm on the committee. I can bring it up to them, see if we can maybe collaborate on something or delegate it within our committee. And when's the deadline? December 3rd?
Yep. Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, later this week.
Yes. Yeah, I'll send out an email and a Slack message to them, and I'll get that rolling as best as I can.
Thank you.
And Tamara should have a full agenda very soon.
Great.
And then
Jennifer, do you think that this might be an in-person general meeting?
so I don't think so. I think there was some hesitation just with the status of it being after the holidays and potential new variant that and then having to plan so far in advance that it felt a little risky to try to go to in person. Does that sound right, Joe?
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's better for us to be like, it's virtual and have everything be rainbows and be virtual than like be like, it's in person and then everything's just all bad. It's like,
Yeah.
what now?
Okay. Well, maybe in March.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Okay.
that's the hope. I mean, I think it was talked about, but having to cancel would suck or change it last minute. For the regular articles here that I have, Linda, general meeting, chair's corner, land use updates, agenda. Is there any other standards that I'm missing?
Well, Kelly always gives me a land use committee report. Tanya always provides a chair's corner. So I will probably send her an email reminder of that. I've got my, I'm clear on the advertisers. Well, I think if I'm not, I'll give you a buzz, Jennifer.
Okay.
And let's see, we've got a double ad for St. Rose. We have, you are going to talk to the German American Society about the potential of something for the plant sale that they have in March.
Yeah, I forgot to send that, but I will send that right after this meeting.
Okay. And let me think.
And then we have that Dr. Civics thing. Did you reach back out to Stephanie about that?
Oh, I haven't yet, but I've got the information that I need to do so. As you did forward me Richard's input on that as well, didn't you? I haven't opened your emails from yesterday, but that was something you were going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand it at all.
Well, I'm glad. I had to read it multiple times to decide if I was offended or not.
It's so far off the wall, I couldn't even understand what it was all about. And I'm so glad you said that, Richard. Now, as an aside, Joe, take note of Richard's and my little conversation here. We read a very brief email, and neither one of us understood it and had to read it over and over again. And we're old, so that is, example for you that old people take longer to absorb stuff.
If you,
and I'm giving you this in jest.
Thank you. If you need help deciphering, I would be happy to volunteer.
You're the man, huh?
To
Okay.
be fair, like Linda and I came up with completely opposite conclusions of what it said. So I actually think it's the fault of the author.
Really?
Yeah, it was not very clear
Oh,
of
could
like pro or
Yeah,
anti.
well,
I
that
would
was-
like to throw out something to the committee here with Nate's departure. I would love to have somebody within the organization, not just this committee, volunteer to be the new man about town, so to speak, and choose a business within Rose City Park where he or she goes and talks, sets an appointment or whatever is appropriate and talks to the owner and get their viewpoint on their business, on the neighborhood. You can read some past business profiles in the newsletters to kind of get a gist of what they're about. And it's a way to advertise the local businesses.
We'll feature them.
So
Yeah.
if perhaps one of you that's on the board or has a wider voice, maybe your committee is larger than the board, just throw that out and see if we can get somebody to take over that responsibility, because I think it's a real positive thing for the newsletter as well as for the business itself.
Yeah, I like that too. I don't know that. Do you think that we would be able to get somebody for this issue, or do you think it's too late?
Probably it's too late. Unless they've got personal insight into a business.
Jennifer, I believe I emailed you and Richard a bit back about Sarah Shredder's inquiry into.
Oh yeah, she's my
Sure.
across the street neighbor.
Yeah, would that be within our realm of a possibility? I think it's a nonprofit, not a business. And if you know her personally,
I
then
kind of mentioned this too because I think Richard was like, "Oh, it sounds like they want something for free," but it's actually like a cooperative nonprofit type thing where you just donate clothes and toys, and people come and bring their kids there to play and can then take said clothes and toys.
okay. Is this something that you could possibly just real quickly write up, like coordinate with Sarah?
Yeah, I can ask Sarah.
Okay.
I'll have Sarah write it up.
There we go. I have the message board open with Sarah right now. Do you want me to send her something, or do you want to take care of that one?
I'm gonna text her.
Okay, cool.
Richard, did you have some opposite? You had some thoughts on that though, right?
Well, I didn't realize that first of all, that you knew this person and you knew what it was about, because it was just like, oh, yeah, I'm okay with that.
Would that fall under the standard heading of a business profile? Is it okay to consider that a business?
I mean, I think so. I mean, you can put it in that space. It's
I
not
do
really a
too.
business.
That's all right. It's a loosely, we're not, by using our standard title of business profile in the newsletter, it's not necessarily crossing any kind of business licensing rule, I think it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to get fancy and have like a little ring to it, you could do like neighborhood nonprofit, but that would imply that we're starting a new series.
I don't
Yeah.
think people are too caught up on the series. It's 4 times a year.
Oh, okay.
Like, not like, oh my God, what does Dear Abby say this time?
Did you see the new newsletter release? Page 4 had me on the edge of my seat.
Days of your lives.
I used to watch all
Jennifer,
that.
if would you ask Sarah to provide a JPEG, a nice photograph that has some contrast in it, light and dark, so that since the printed newsletter is just black and white, it'll show up better.
Yep. I will I just sent her a text now. Asked her to write it and send me a picture.
Very
Okay.
good.
I'll just go stare out my front door window until she gives
And,
Throw some rocks
You
out
know,
the
and
window.
We've donated to the swap and play. I feel entitled.
and it can be, you know, a good page long, you know, 2 columns worth, you know, including the picture.
I
If
said,
you've got that much to say, you know, the
wanna
hours of
feature you.
operation, the days of the operation, ages, you know, there's a lot
you
of
can
fodder
join
she
it.
can put in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Now, I
she
hope that's
has
not
kind of
your
a little
fault.
write up. She has a little write up already on Facebook, so she can probably leverage some of that information that she has already.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'll put that in there. Friends of trees, swap and play. You also have like a Friends of Trees article that somebody gave you.
He gave me one, but it's pretty short. I mean, there's not a lot to it.
And then
It's
you
not
have
like,
a safe.
it's not like, say that again?
You have something from Don Levine too, right? Safety or homelessness or something.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I do. I
We
forgot
might
about
have some
that.
stuff. And,
I think we might. I'll start putting it together.
And I'll send you. I told Linda, but I haven't told you, y'all. But I'm going to write something up about Lunar New Year. So the school does a big performance. Usually does a performance every year. Last year it was actually, what was it on? It's on YouTube, I think, or PBS. It was on one of them. We watched it on TV. So everybody did like they filmed themselves doing like song and dance, and then they featured them. It was really super cute. But this year, I think they'll do it live.
Uh-huh.
So. And I figured that was a way to bring in the school and some non-white Christian content. So I thought that'd be kind of nice.
Yeah.
So, and I'll get and I have some pictures from a couple of years ago, so you can put something in there. So, and then the ads, Linda, I'll send you a list, but basically a lot of rules. So, and plus St. Rose. Good. I don't know where you went.
Yeah, because there's one that was expiring with the September or the October newsletter. I don't remember who.
Yeah, I have it in my spreadsheet, so I'll just.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Plus list. I'll put this on here. Send. And then I think that's it for the newsletter, unless you have anything else.
No, that covers it.
I don't think we've done any, like Nate and I were going to work on the community partnership stuff. We obviously haven't done any of that. So I think it's kind of sitting in the same place. We had a question, should German American Society, St. Rose Basics, or Albina House start be continued? I don't know that we answered that.
Well,
Those were all like locations where we were doing
locations
stuff.
where we haven't been doing things, but we want to keep them open to that. And I think Basics has changed their footprint, so there's not much opportunity for us to be going back to them. So I would feel comfortable with dropping them.
Do you want me to see if they could do in-kind donations? Like, they can donate food or whatever. to our meetings if we ever have them in person, or maybe just to me because I like their food. Or we could, I could ask them for money, like just if they're, since they don't have the space anymore, we could just ask them for money.
Yeah. Of course, Albina Head Start's not a possibility there because they're not going to give us any money. They don't have any money. All they had was a space.
You know, for what it's worth, when I was in Basics shopping, it was probably a couple of months ago or less, I asked about the lessons, you know, the classes. Are they ever going to start those again? Since it's now looks like it's turned into a stock room. And the man said, yes, absolutely, we're going to start them again. We've invested all this money in this kitchen. Yeah, we're going to start them again. He says, we're just waiting. I'm pretty sure he said that they're waiting on space. Now, I don't know if that means to, you know, for a stock room is somehow part of the building there with Portland Clinic. I'm not sure where that space would be, and he didn't indicate that. But given all this, you know, it's maybe worth a call to find out if there ever is going to be an option again to have a meeting room.
So I can actually just reach out to them. I have Erin's contact information. I think she's still there. About just following up with them if they'll have space in the future. I don't know if we want to just kind of roll those over, or it all looks so hopeful that like things were going to open up at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, and we take 3 steps back. So like, you know, there is a spirit of generosity, but then there's also just kind of trying to make sure we are actually fair, like those that pay and or give are honored for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I definitely can follow up with Basics. I don't know, with Albina Head Start, do we want to just think that they might let us use that space again? And then German American Society, I think they're very open to us using their space whenever we want to.
Viable again, yeah. Because they're actually having events at the house now.
They wanted us to be there.
Yeah. We're the ones, so we're the ones that are just saying, yeah, okay.
I'll do this.
I think they should probably then stay. But what about St. Rose? Yeah, St. Rose. What are our prospects of ever returning there to do a cleanup?
I don't know. It seemed like the city was into it. Right? Like they seem supportive of cleanups in the future.
How far in the future? Are we talking years?
I think they were talking about next year, 2022. I mean, I think we could keep them on the table and then we'll know in the spring. I kind of got to feel like we'll know by January if we're going to be able to do a cleanup next year.
Think so?
And if it's going to be there. And I feel like Tamara was following up on that pretty hard.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, well, why don't we just let everybody kind of float? We can come back to it later if it doesn't work out.
Okay. And then I just leave PGE and TDR, but they're doing their thing. Oh. Future.
Did we
Okay.
have some PGE expected sometime soon, or?
Yeah, it should have been issued.
Okay, as I've heard nothing from Rhonda.
When did they, what do they call that? My community. My community. Donation confirmed. Redemption approved. I don't know. I redeemed my clause card for $400 on October 21st.
Oh, okay, so it really hasn't been, so that's probably a quarterly thing. Yeah. So if it would be, we could kind of expect to see it by the end of the year.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay,
I feel like it's like 2 months.
yeah. Hmm.
So $400.
Okay,
PGE gold sponsor. They don't even know it.
Oh,
Oh my God, this is so funny. I get to approve my own access request. Okay, the bronze. Let's see what else I have in my notes here. Advertising, newsletter. Are we thinking that we're going to do a QR code to put in this newsletter?
we meaning Joe.
Yes.
I mean, last time the QR code, I think, was mainly to help advertise our new social medias. I can't really think of anything we would need a QR code for in this one. Linda, do we have anything that we would be linking back to a website? Like maybe if Sarah was like directing us towards a website for her little spot.
You could do it for our website.
We could, yeah, I think we could do it for rcpna.org.
So if you did
Yeah,
it for
I'll
that,
look into that.
Okay. I can create a QR code and I'll send it along to I'll send it along to the newsletter.
Yeah, just send it to me. That'd be good.
Cool.
The last time that we attempted that, it was just the timing was off. The newsletter deadline was passed, and I had to get it to the printer like the next day. So
Yeah.
now we've got a little time to fiddle with the size and all that.
Okay, cool.
go ahead.
Oh, I was wondering, does that move us into the website topic?
Oh yeah, I was going from the bottom to the top, but we can totally talk about the website because that is next.
Or yeah, whatever works. I have some social media updates too that might be important.
Are they shorter or longer?
Oh, they're short. They're short.
Then do those first.
Okay. So some updates. I completely reorganized our YouTube channel. So I just completely standardized the titles so they're all standard. I also added new thumbnails, just new thumbnails for our videos, depending on what type of meeting it is, if it's a board, general membership, or the different committee. And that's about it for YouTube. That's pretty much it. I've been maintaining the Facebook pages, posting a nice image here and there. That's pretty much it.
That was short.
Are you getting more followers?
Yes, we are getting more followers. I'd say about one new follower every 3 to 4 days. So pretty decent rate. And we got followed by Pbot. So I'm pretty happy about that.
They're not, I mean, I don't know. Do they like us right now? Sure.
They want to keep an eye on us.
Oh yeah.
Good. Yeah, they totally want to keep eye on us. Because we're like, why did you put these cones in our road? Too much. So like maybe like 10 new followers over I'm trying to like think of
I can check it right now. Since the last communications committee meeting I was at was trying to figure out how things worked. I'd say we got, since the last communications committee I was president, I'd say we got about 30 new followers.
okay. Was that in October?
That was like our in-person.
Oh, August 30th. Okay.
Excuse me, this followers for which media?
Instagram.
Okay, thanks.
So we can, in the old people talk, we would call this Q4. Tweet. Okay, website. Do you have any other social
Not necessarily.
updates? Okay.
Not really. No. YouTube was the big thing I worked on.
Okay, just want to make sure I didn't. Did you follow up on any of those like ideas around like little free libraries or?
Oh yes, I can't believe I forgot that. Come on, Joe. I actually went and walked around. I got a good 1,000 steps, more than 1,000. I just walked around a lot, and I took pictures of all the little free libraries in our neighborhood that I could find, and I got them up. I will be spending some time drafting up some things to write, and they should be posted. Do you think I should post like one every day through the stories, like in a series?
Like
Fine.
We have 10. I have 10 pictures.
Okay.
So should I do like one every day for 10 days?
do you have them mapped? I can give you more too. I mean,
They're geomapped. Yeah, they have the location in the photo. So I'll figure it out, like logistics wise, and connect them to the locations. But if you have extra pictures, that would be nice.
well, I'm just thinking that I also do a lot of walking and I probably walk a different area of the neighborhood. So there's like, I don't know if you went on like 59th, 60th, 61st, 69th, Alameda, Sacramento.
So this was about, it was pretty much a giant square. This was about my path to the road. So I probably missed some.
I think that's Richard.
I'm not even saying, no, I think, no.
Oh, it's Joe?
No, it shouldn't be me. Linda, is that you?
Yeah, it is. I'll turn this off.
Maybe hit some gravel or something. You're good, Jennifer. I think it wasn't you.
Oh, yeah. I muted Linda
Oh,
because it's hard to do from your phone.
yeah.
No.
Okay.
We can unmute you if we need to.
She can
Ask
also,
to unmute.
or I don't know if she can from her phone.
There's a button. You can unmute from your phone. She'll just have to do that herself because we won't know. There we go.
Yeah.
If y'all are talking about the little libraries, it would be very nice, Joe, if you could write just 2 or 3 sentences that I can put in the newsletter, alerting people to go to Facebook, each month or however often y'all are going to do this, and see a listing of where a particular little library is.
Okay. I can't guarantee that I can have this all done by that time, as my week is very packed. But
So
I can,
all you need to do is say, follow us on Instagram starting January 25th. We'll start releasing these stories. You don't have to be specific about where they are. Just say like, we're trying to find all of the libraries and we've created a map or something like that.
okay.
And then
Cool.
we can come up with more stuff.
Okay. I've typed something up. I'll type something up. Do we have an idea on when should we release them? Every month, every week, every day?
Well, you're more familiar with the pace of Instagram, but I have to imagine that every couple of days would would be about as long as you would want to go. I don't know that you want to wait a week.
Yeah, I mean, I
Definitely
think
don't want to wait a month.
10 weeks is too much. 10 months is too much. Days might be a little short. So we can maybe once every 2 days, once every Tuesday and Friday or some. Yeah, I'll try and figure something out. It'll probably be
Like
longer
twice a
than-
week sounds good.
okay, twice a week.
Yeah, and then I mean, there's tons of them. There's so like I kind of know that that square that you did. Did you kind of walk the border of the neighborhood?
Pretty much, yeah. So there's probably some in the inner neighborhood that I didn't get to. So yeah,
I mean,
if
there's
anyone-
probably 50 of them in our neighborhood.
oh, probably, yeah. I did a combination of the ones I knew existed plus the registered ones on the Little Free Library map. So there's definitely some I'm missing. So if anyone sees any, please email them to me.
Yeah, or it could be nice to kind of have people post, like, can't you like also add to like people's, like, you know, we could have people add to the story or something like that. Did
I
you see this?
I think you can add 2 stories. I could like do like
Allow
spotted-
comments.
Yeah, I could do like I could say like spotted by board member Richard Crockett and like or something like that.
I
But
can think about that too.
yeah, so
Ways to be interactive and like also for people to just add more.
yeah,
stuff to it.
yeah. So just send them to me and I'll try and think of a good approach we can take. I have a question. Should I be you think I should be posting like to celebrate important days or something like I don't know, like winter holidays or yeah, like stuff. Should I be posting or at least storying about those?
Mm,
Or like Happy New Year post? I think we did one earlier.
I think Happy New Year is pretty safe. I mean,
Yeah.
December is the month of holidays.
Yeah.
Actually sent that out on an email today.
Winter solstice.
The
Oh,
20th.
well, there's a lot of them.
That's neutral enough.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll figure some stuff out. I'll look at it. That's pretty much it that I have for now.
Okay, so Little Free Library. Do you want to do, you know, a good day, Joe, to start the Little Free Library thing would be about when we expect all the newsletters to be delivered. So it's the week before general meeting. So if you wanted to kind of start it like then, like like everybody will have their newsletter in hand, so they could potentially look for it.
Okay, yeah, I'll coordinate with Linda on the timing.
Okay, website.
Website. Do you want me to bring up my proposals?
Sure.
Okay, so I sent them in an email. They aren't amazing, as I recognized after I sent the email. It was like, oh no, Joe, did you seriously send this trash? But okay, where is it? You know, okay, this should be it. Oh no, that sucks. I have to. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I'm having computer troubles right now. Yeah, no. Can either of you share your screen and bring up that email that I sent out? Because computer's not letting me share.
Let's see. It came there. It is, I think. Okay. I've got the email. I don't know what I can share.
Oh, Richard, what day was? Oh, I think
What's
this is it.
21st?
I have it, and I can do the sharing. I think. Okay.
21st at 1:53 p.m.
Yep. Okay. So.
You should be able to hit the share.
Yeah, it's this is different. It numbered my screens differently than.
Okay, cool.
my-
So I sent along two different website proposals. So I looked at each section a bit differently, which is why it came out a little weird. Um, so this is basically I created a light mode and a dark mode one because dark mode, in my opinion, is like the best, but I know that it's not amazing for other people in terms of readability.
Right. That would be my comment, because I find dark mode very difficult to read. And
Yes.
if you look at that, the light mode below it, it's like, okay, I can read that. That's no problem.
Yeah, and then some people are like the complete opposite. Like it's so much easier on dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But don't computers, like a lot of computers, have the option to make things into dark mode?
they can, but it ends up really weird when you try and force dark mode through like a browser extension or something. Jennifer, could you pull up a browser on your screen and go to whitehouse.gov? So there's this cool design thing that I liked about the White House's website. .gov. And so if you look on the left side, there's this little, you see the two T's, Jennifer? So above that, there's a little toggle that you can hit to make it light or dark mode. So you can have the user choose. We can have a little toggle ourselves. We can let the user do it. I don't know what the feasibility of implementing this is. But I really like this. So we can toggle like light mode or dark mode and accessibility, larger text size to make it easier for people to read. Yeah. So
You should
You
just
can't.
focus on getting something better first.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like both of those. Both of those options are pretty nice.
yeah.
Make it just big. Oh God, Joe's like the size of me.
Okay. So if we head on back to that proposal I got up. So I really liked Michelle's idea of the three big cards. I don't think I did an amazing job of implementing it, but like the highlights of yeah, like Jennifer or Michelle had here, like highlights of our neighborhood association that we will want people to see. So that was, yeah, I really like that idea, and I think it would be so nice to have those like updated frequently so we could have what people want to see most. I also really like the elimination of the sidebar, so we condense everything into one page. Now, Jennifer, if you'd scroll on up back to the proposals I made. So this, I think we might need a new banner image. So this big picture right here, I actually went out and took. So I think it would be good for a new banner image. Maybe not that one, but if we could go out with someone more experienced in picture taking than me and get some nice pictures of that sign, I think that would be pretty good. And we can create a slider like Michelle suggested to like showcase that one banner image and like a graphic about our upcoming general meeting or board meeting or YouTube or whatever. And yeah. Any big thoughts?
So you said a slider. So where the park sign is there, we would be able to rotate through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Jennifer, could you head on over to I think it's bensonhs.net. Yeah, bensonhs.net. So this is my high school. And they have this big slider up here, this right where it says 8th grade class of 2026.
Right.
You can slide through different images and it's important information that you're gonna need to know. So if we could
Oh,
have
okay.
something like this on our website, like all the good need to know stuff right there.
It's something that the observer can control. It's not an automatic.
It goes automatically every like, I don't know, 10 seconds or something. But you can control it if you would like. So you
Yeah.
can-
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right.
So overall, I'm thinking just I'm not really sure on, is there anything of these proposals that like you really love or really just makes you want to puke?
Well, we had when in the last meeting, I don't think you were here, but Michelle had kind of run through some of some of her examples. And there's like a bunch of mirroring between what you did and what she did. But we kind of talked through like having the slider image, which I think we all thought was good, cleaning up the number of headings, having kind of like 3 points, kind of like you have here. I don't know that these are the 3 points that I would make, but
Yeah.
What would your 3 points be?
I'd like to see something like, maybe the newsletter, next event, and then like get involved or something like that. But I feel we talked about this in the Michelle, let's see, choose 3 blocks for key connection. What RCPNA does: get involved, contact us, add community partners, social the footer, self-sustaining. So I think we kind of had this like get involved, kind of like what do we do, kind of thing.
Okay.
There's a cuckoo clock.
Yeah, that was me. Sorry.
That makes me happy. And yeah, I don't know that we had like quite gotten it down. I don't know that we'll go with this. Like in this way, you're kind of, and maybe rightfully so, you're prioritizing land use above any other committee, and not everybody cares about it.
So the reason that's a good point. The reason I put that up there was that was like at the time of creating that was the most recent meeting we had streamed on our YouTube. So we could set up like a bot or something to update the most recently streamed video. We could also change that to like view our committees or like that. I would like a page dedicated to just our committees, what they do with up-to-date information. Because when I first got here, it was like, how many committees are there? How does this work? It was quite confusing. So I think just nailing down those committees would be pretty beneficial.
We kind of talked about that too, where you were able to click on like kind of like the committee, and then you could get all the information there about like how to get involved, when the meetings are, what they do, like kind of all that would be in like one space.
Yeah.
Whether that just kind of like came up as an expansion or sent you to another page, that's technical, and I don't know.
Yeah, I think that expansion would be the better choice there, but we can just monkey around with what it looks like. So we have our 3 big blocks here. And then should we do something below that? I put our mission statement because it did feel a bit small if we went straight to the footer. Are there any ideas for what comes under the 3 chunks?
I think so.
It looks like Michelle might have had like, that's a generic template, but it could have been like newsletter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was kind of just like a recent happening.
Oh, I know what it was. It was our website blog.
Yeah, maybe that.
So yeah, website blog under the 3 chunks, then the footer.
And then that kind of just like all connects, right? That connects to like Facebook and
yeah. So the website blog will automatically post items to Facebook. Not sure, it doesn't do it to Nextdoor, so Facebook's the only one. But we could set it to automatically update the most recent blog post.
Yeah, so then it always feels kind of fresh.
Yeah. Yep. And you know what? For the 3 big chunks, I think when we get to like the day of the meeting, we should just have a big like join meeting button, or maybe in that headline space, just so it's blaring. We can get more participation at our meetings.
Yeah, I mean, you could use it, right? That would be your same thing as what you push out to Facebook too, right? It's like, here's how you join general meeting. We could kind of crib some of the stuff from the general meeting article in the newsletter, and then just, yeah, have a join here, link
Yeah.
to the agenda. Like that could still, I mean, there is,
To the meeting, yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's definitely a benefit to having this join meeting as opposed to actually publishing the login information, because you don't really want to publish that like onto a web page. So that we had some conversations in the last board meeting about that, because I was told that it was hard to find. I was like, it was not hard to find. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, as board members, or as you a board member, Mia, whatever I am, we know where to look. We know what's going on. And when I first joined the neighborhood association, it was a bit more difficult to find out how things worked. So as a newcomer,
this was true, but like this was what the posting, this is what it looked like before the meeting, right? Because
Yeah.
here it is October 24th. And I was like, you literally just click on this, and then the information's literally right here. I was like, this one couldn't have been. I was like, we did it. We actually did it right.
Yeah.
Like in October.
Yeah, but in the ways of like making things like intuitive and smooth, the less amount of clicks possible, so much better. So if there's like a big button, like if we make the whole web page a button, then we can't hear that excuse anymore. A, and B, it's more intuitive for people hoping to join the meetings.
Yeah, I mean, I think having a big button is good,
Big buttons are very good.
and not like, don't take over the whole thing. Just,
Yeah. Reasonable sized buttons.
and then you should always put read now, like, the newest one before the old stuff.
Yeah. So that's all stuff that we can like fix real fast. I'd like thoughts on the header that Michelle made and I made. So my header, I tried to like condense the stuff into one big or one small area. And I like it a bit more being compact. Michelle, I think Michelle wanted like some more white space there. I don't know a whole lot. Michelle's not here, unfortunately, so she can't really give her thought process. But I believe Michelle really loves white space and might want like a big logo. I'm personally not a fan of it, but I'd like to hear what everyone else thinks on these two headers, or if there's other completely great ideas out there.
Linda, we haven't heard from you in a bit. I don't know if you're in a position to see or if you remember. And you might be on mute. I can't tell. Are you there?
Are you
Richard?
talking to me?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bringing in groceries.
Oh, she wasn't there.
I'm home now.
Do you,
Okay, let me,
well, the question kind of was, do you have any opinions about the look of the website, and specifically the header, like more white space with a bigger logo, or less white space and like just more compact? Did you, do you remember?
I don't like compact, and I don't want to be blown away by a header every time. It's something in the middle. You want affirmation that you are in the right spot right after it opens, and therefore having the header visible is a plus. But then you want to get into business. You want to see what you want there to see. So not a huge header, but large enough to, to read and see what it says, and then move on from that.
How about you, Richard? Did you have a thought?
I'm just kind of sitting here looking at things as they come by. So I think if we just kind of pop it off to Michelle and say, okay, we've knocked this around. Can you put something together in a more sophisticated form and run it by us?
Okay. I think that the header I made is decent in the way that Linda described. I don't feel it's super like compacted or anything. It's a bit more compacted compared to Michelle's example. I feel like Michelle's really it jumped out at me a lot. It's like that's a big header.
I mean, I tend to this one. When we looked, Joe, we spent the last meeting and we looked at a lot of other, and I don't know if you did this already, but we looked at a lot of other neighborhood associations and like what they were doing.
Yeah, I spoke with Michelle about this. I really like the Lents Neighborhood Association website. But that was the only one we really looked at. So here the header's a bit smaller. I do like that map, having like a where we are. So that one's a bigger header, but it looks like they integrate their banner image into it.
Mm-hmm.
And they have those big bulletins, but they don't have that sliding banner. So I think if we have a big header, we would integrate our banner image into it. But I think it would be too much to have a big header and a slider.
Yeah. Oh, I think something simpler. I mean, we actually did go through like a bunch of these, where they have like, oh, it's not like my favorite. I think they changed this.
Well, how dare they?
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what? Also, I forgot, I made this really big so you guys could see it better on the screen share since it like kind of makes it smaller. But like, normally I would look at it a different thing. I didn't look to see if. Look at this one. I mean, I'm a little partial to kind of like the bigger banner, like a little bit bigger with kind of the more spread out. This odds and ends is kind of funny. Thatching your way to the world. With the kind of like more spread out stuff, and then where you can kind of put these icons a little bit separate. This felt a little crowded to me.
Okay.
Just like these are close, these two things. And I think of like one, I do a lot of stuff on my phone. And so I actually like things more spread out because it's easier to then tablet or phone it.
We're thinking of, I spoke with Michelle about this, but we're thinking of having like a completely different like layout for mobile devices. Like if you look at the current RCPNA website, that's a bad example because I've forced dark mode on there because I'm a vampire. But if you look at it, it's a bit hard to see, but it's the exact same on the phone as it is on the website. But we can totally optimize it for mobile and make things easier to tap, even on smaller screens.
Yeah. So I think it's fine. I think kind of part of it is like it just kind of needs to move into like the next
century
stage. So and just like clean up some of the things. Like these are probably a pretty good breakdown without having like too many things. I don't know that we need to have photos. We don't even have that many photos.
I feel like we could get fine with just home, about us, meet the board, newsletter, events, and contact us. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, speaking of,
I would do
speaking of-
about RCPNA because then you could shove the board in there and you can put the committees in there.
yeah, though I think we might want to have our own tab for the meet the board, as we might want to try to what words did I use? I think like more show the people behind this organization.
I don't want my photo on this website.
Okay.
So I will actually resign before I have enough people chase me down. Like, I don't want my photo on this website.
Okay, we can put a snarky fake thing up there.
Make an avatar for her.
I mean, I think we're like 50. I think if you're gonna like pick for symmetry, which I believe Michelle was kind of looking for, or do like no photos and everybody has like, I don't know, 1 paragraph bio and they're all written by somebody else, not yourself. Because they're awkward.
Oh, it's so awkward to write. Could you navigate us to the current website, please, on the Meet the Board? So you sort of just like threw a torpedo at my proposal I was about to make, Jennifer.
I know your proposal.
was-
you put it in the email and it
that
was like,
it was an
let's tell
image
people that they
bit.
have to put it on there. Or we'll make fun of them.
Yeah,
but-
that was it.
But I think it's kind of shameful to make fun of people who volunteer their time and effort.
That was sarcastic, but so I was hoping for something image based. So like we could see the faces behind it, and I understand not everyone likes their face being on things. I would have a hard enough time finding a decent picture of myself to do this.
Oh, she's not on here anymore. I don't think.
Yeah.
Either of these 1, 2, 3. None of them.
Okay.
We should probably update this.
Yeah. Oh, that's what this is about.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe just a little. So I was thinking we might want to, if we were to do image based, which sounds like we might not be doing, we would I was hoping we could do like 3 on a row instead of having to do a long scroll to get to the bottom. And so we'd have like 3 or so columns.
I
And
think
3 to a
Laura
row.
Hurst did a good job with this. With that one specifically, I think they had they just had like a list of people, which was like really clean. It's like here are the people. It's like it links to their email address, like if you wanted to connect with them. Because I mean, I would kind of push back and say, I don't know how much you need to share in a public space. Like, like, is it important to tell people like where you're from or how long you've lived in the neighborhood? I don't know. Could
well,
people be biased against that? Like,
I mean,
absolutely.
I spoke to my back when summer was ending, I spoke to my old 8th grade science teacher about what I was doing with the neighborhood association, and he had this negative perception. I won't say negative, but this not amazing perception of neighborhood associations. And it made me think that some people might think that we're this giant bureaucracy with no face. And I don't know if that could be an issue, but I think it would be amazing to show a face to the organization as a whole. And that we are genuine people behind this, because he felt very like pushed aside. I don't know what the right word is, but he didn't feel like his neighborhood association was being very human to him.
Has he
I-
ever attended one of those meetings?
He tried to start a community garden. That's all I know. And he tried to get their support, and they just were not amazing about it.
He tried to start a what? A community
Garden.
garden.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So if we were to do descriptions, I think that we would want to cap it at a certain point, because we have some people it's like this much description, and some people it's like tons of description. I like ballpark to like 200 to 300 words, and I was going like, yay big on there. So I'm not. I think I like Richard's. I like the size of Richard's one. Just showing like who you are. 'Cause I think if we have good enough descriptions, we might not even need pictures.
I mean, I think you could also humanize the board in the photos, in the slider. Like, here's all the people. I mean, you just have to take pictures of people when they're at events or at like the meetings or there's a speaker. I mean, like, then it becomes more human when we don't just have a picture of a park. And that might help.
Yeah,
And that might be like in between.
what was your main objection to not having a picture on there?
I mean, I really like, I don't even like having this on here, honestly. Like,
The meet
like
page?
I don't like people, I don't like telling people where I work. I don't like people being up in my business. Like, it's enough. Like, it's enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, Facebook is enough. Like,
Facebook.
LinkedIn is enough. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be like less on both of them.
Okay. I mean, if we said just everyone provide us 200 words, and we could format it nice like the Laurelhurst one, and yeah, I think we should be fine there, and then add those pictures of events.
Yeah, I mean, we could take pictures from like the concerts, we can add these things into the sliders. I mean, if we, we have them like from Facebook, we could just be like, here's things that we've done. We can do like like depending on how many times we want to rotate things. I mean, we do have a bunch of pictures, I think, like over, time. We've done cleanups, we've done concerts, we've done meetings, we've done community gardens. Like there's got to be photos like out the
Yeah,
Yahoo.
you can head on over to the photos tab, and it should have a live Instagram feed, as well as some older pictures. I believe they only go as present as 2019 on our thing. So yeah, there's some of our Instagram stuff. It's a bit buried. And then there's some of the 2019.
Oh, Ed. Oh, we have the soccer people.
That was National Night Out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was that.
Yeah, I was gonna. Is it like a video? You can't like click through the thumbnail.
Slideshow.
Isn't this your wife?
Yep.
I feel like I know this person too. And there's Craig. So I mean, we could. I mean, maybe we're selective of some pictures that we add, and we can kind of create some more humanity from the evil board. I also just I think it's interesting that people are like, oh, I'm going to go to this organization that I've never done anything for and never participated in. I'm going to see if they'll give me some money.
Yeah, that's
why aren't they supportive of my efforts? Like, but that's like neither here nor there. There's look at this Rose City Park tree walk. So yeah, there's all kinds of fun things in here.
There's some historical stuff. I mean, I think that one of those is of Hollywood. I don't think that Hollywood is that the church?
I think that's the Presbyterian church.
Okay. The Hollywood one, that's a cool picture. That's probably like one of the best historical ones, but that one's out of our bounds.
Yeah.
Is this just a tree?
Tree.
Yeah. Just a tree.
Yeah, that was what was that tree had a name. Yeah, it was finally died and had to come down, but it was a famous tree in the neighborhood.
Cool.
Up on the hill somewhere.
Oh, it's Frida's tree.
Frida's tree, yeah.
Look at that. Who knew? Yeah, let's definitely, I think adding photos will help.
Okay. So we have, I think photos are a great idea. We have decided on 3 cards are staying. Header, did we So what, did we make a big decision on that, or do you want me to try and draw up like a hybrid between Michelle and I's proposals, or a new one altogether?
I mean, to you, what's the big selling point on this versus the other one?
To me, the fact that I made it, and I mean, that's a whole new logo I made right there, because the old one was being finicky, so you might not want to do that part. But I do like how I like the density. But of course, like other things, I like dark mode. Some people don't. I like certain things, others don't. So whatever is in the best interest of the people constantly visiting this website. For me, it's the how we can get so much information into such a small space that I really like.
It's a little, I'm gonna try to make it a little bit less, like, since there's not, it would look more like this as opposed to with the stuff right on top of it or right below it.
Yeah.
I feel like this seems a little crowded, and we do, like, with the logo, we probably should stick with something that we already have, at least
Oh,
until
yeah.
we run that by.
Yeah.
I think the green is, like, with these logos, isn't super easy to read.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to be a higher contrast, so like a lighter green, to be able to get like some of that definition, probably. This is funny because the words ran off.
Yeah, that was.
RCPNA.
I really just copied those from Michelle's.
But I mean, I think anything's going to be an improvement. So I think we just kind of push something out there, just work with Michelle and get that out, and then we just put something out there. But instead of this, I think doing something more like that, whatever was it, that social feed that you had, that she had,
Instagram
maybe.
feed.
Yeah, I think that's like I don't even know where it is.
It's under the RCPNA.
Yeah, here. Like doing that
blog.
is like the social feed. I think that's just like more exciting.
Okay.
Like, I think you can have that. I think under about RCPNA, we can put, or under our neighborhood, maybe put the land acknowledge. Well, we could put our land acknowledgement and stuff in that space, and like, here's like the map of the neighborhood. It's like good in there too.
Okay, cool. So Michelle and I can work something out. But so we've got header, banner, 3 cards, blog, footer. Okay.
I think that'll be good. Do you guys have anything else, Richard or Linda?
No.
Nope, I'm picturing it. It sounds good to me. Y'all mentioned Frida's tree, just as an aside, in the middle of my intersection on 56th and Stanton. Every year we, as neighbors, we get out with paint buckets and we repaint Frida's tree. It spans over the 4 corners of the intersection in the street.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
And I think, Joe, once we kind of get something, then we can explore if you can do that toggle to the large print and toggle to the dark mode. I mean, I think we're like so far behind. We like kind of need to go, like, it's like Billy Madison. We gotta go through all the grades a little bit.
And we can work on those little dark mode stuffs when we're pretty much done.
When we're awesome. So like next fall.
Yeah. Depending on our timeline was to have this done before New Year's, was it? Or the general meeting?
Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to kind of showcase it.
Okay. Yeah, I think we could get that in. From what I heard from Michelle, it's just send her something and she'll get it implemented pretty fast. Because I think the longest amount of time we're going to spend is on this process right now, the figuring out what we want, and it shouldn't take too long to implement it.
Yeah, and then we can think about advertising, how we're filling in all the text. If we're going to ask people for more updates throughout the year, like we can kind of push on some of that stuff
Yeah.
in February. Okay. Do we have anything else? I feel like we covered all the things, like brought things up to the next level, or like to the next kind of thing. I can do the report out at the board meeting next week. Yeah, and then is there anything else that we had? Some follow-up? I didn't hear back from Sarah. Oh, I did. Yeah, she's gonna totally write it.
Oh, good.
Yay.
Should I tell her 200 to 300 words?
Who is this, Jennifer?
My friend with the swap and play?
Oh, okay. Oh, 300 or more.
Get that content.
You betcha.
Okay, good, we're good. So I'll follow up with Sarah. I'm good for lots of articles. Joe, can you follow up with the subcommittee around the article for the general meeting?
Yep. Yes.
Linda's gonna follow up on this. Is there anything else that we need to do? I have.
Oh, yes, yes. Slack. Stephanie and I, or during the planning committee during our last meeting, we're like, oh, what if there was a great way to communicate without email? Because email's a bit antiquated. So they're like, oh, Slack. So we sort of started a Slack. I think we're intending this to be like a pilot program or expanding it. I don't really know the full thing. Jennifer, didn't you say we tried to do Slack a bit earlier? Could you elaborate on that?
Yep. So the communication committee started Slack, like we had one for the general meeting or for the board and for the communications committee. And it didn't get used very much.
Yeah. That was
Like I had like, I would say the majority of the board couldn't or wouldn't use it and found it confusing, and then information would be in multiple places. And we are subject to public records laws, which is why we have the
Dedicated.
email.
No.
do our emails public record?
Yes.
Ah. Is that like on some website somewhere, or is that some I have to like FOIA it?
I think you would, I mean, you would probably just ask for it, but then yeah, you have to go through FOIA.
Okay.
Just go to the city though. You don't have to go like through federal, like the feds. Just
Yeah. Well,
yeah, which is why we ended up with the separate emails, because the risk was that they have access to all of your emails.
oh,
it's in
it's
private
a personal. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I created a Google account specifically so I could do our neighborhood association stuff. Should I just not use that, or because I'm not using it for emails?
I don't know that matters. It just that if somebody wanted copies, like we are obliged to provide them.
Okay, no big deal then.
And I think Slack could also fall to that too.
Yeah,
I did try to open up your link and it didn't open anything. When you guys
Wow.
said, "Oh, let's try this Slack. It's so easy." I'm like, "Yeah, I already have." And there's already an existing RCPNA and communications committee.
Recording
Um,
in progress.
Oh, we gotta hang up. Lynn.
Oh,
Hi.
Hi.
hang up on your phone, Linda.
Oh,
There we go.
that's better.
Let me see if I can invite you to our Slack. I don't really use Slack, so I don't really know how it works.
so I have it because we have it for the school. So Rose City Park, Rose City Neighborhood Association. So I have Rose City Neighborhood Association. So like it's already an existing thing. And then we have channels for communications committee, events committee, general, random, social media. So me, Ed, Jamie, Joe Schaefer, Carrie, oh God, none of these people are here. Lynn, Richard. Just you and me, Richard. We're the only ones left.
I don't remember using it.
I'm pretty confident that you are one of the people who did not use it.
It's called Slack.
Richard, were you slacking on using Slack?
mean-
Probably.
We used it through December 3rd, 2019 through January 1st, 2020.
Oh, that's a short run.
Yes.
So I mean, I really like the idea of instant messaging, like being able to have that, like not necessarily the overhead of emails, but I feel like it would take too much time and effort to try and get everyone to move over to it, and someone still emails here and then, and it's just a mess. Like, oh, what was sent here, what was sent there. So despite the promises of what Slack could be, I don't think it's feasible to move there.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's something nice too about not being able to be reached instantly.
Oh yeah. It can be like, oh, my email didn't work. Whoops, didn't see that. And Slack, not so much.
Yeah, and there's people on the board that don't have smartphones.
Yeah.
I know it feels very foreign, but
It's
That's the
with me
thing.
24/7. So
and I do think the public records part is hard, and then the conversations they kind of get, they can get really jumbled. You have like people
Fractionated.
because you don't necessarily have a single thread, right? People just like respond to all.
and it's in different channels. Yeah.
But I think what was happening with like if I remember correctly, I mean it's been a while now, but what would happen is you'd want to answer a message, but then two messages would get in the middle of it, and so it's like you're answering like the text, like 3 texts ahead, and so then things didn't flow very well. Whereas like email, and believe me, I'm actually like a person that pushes reduced emails all the time, like less email, but at least email you have like a continuous thread usually.
Yeah.
So not always, but I think that was kind of where it is. And Richard, it does look like you responded to one thing. I said, are you getting notifications for your messages? And you said, I just got this one.
Yeah.
I think that was your only response.
Maybe it was the only message. I don't know.
Now that Nate's gone, how are we managing our email lists? I think that was his area.
I don't think anybody's actively managing it.
Okay.
Somebody to add.
If I can look at it, and if it's not like a huge mess, it's going to take a lot of time, I could manage it like part-time.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to managing. I don't think the email lists. just to add people every once in a while. I actually delete the spam people too.
Oh, okay.
Not probably all of them, but if somebody tries to reply to the list and they're not authorized, I delete them.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, should we have Nate send us the, like, what's it through, like, MailChimp or something?
The email lists, I think, are through MailChimp. And then there's like another account too that's through DreamHost, I think is the other.
Okay. So we can-
DreamHost is the one that does the
The website.
website. yeah.
website.
So let's reach out to Nate and see if he can give us the credentials so we can all look at it.
Good idea.
You want me to send that email?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
I asked him about the spam management. So I have that password if you
Oh, if you have the password, you can just email it to me then. So I don't have to go through Nate.
It's not the email list though. It's just
Oh,
like I don't
Okay, then. Yeah, okay, I'll check with him.
Well, do we have anything else for the good of the order? Or are we
Don't
Yes.
think so.
look at everybody for the next 20 minutes? I'm not,
yeah, no, I'm ready.
all right. Sorry about my technical problems early on, but
That's fine.
made it back in.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was en route and couldn't fully participate.
You were there when we needed you, Linda.
Okay. See y'all next week then, right?
Yep.
Yep, okay.